Hey guys, what's up? It's MatchPoint here, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the ultimate operator guide for Ying in Rainbow Six Siege. So if you do find this video useful, consider dropping a like on the video. And if there are any topics that you would like me to cover next, or even if you do have a specific topic that you are struggling with and would like me to cover it, well, make sure you comment it down below so I know to do them. Just a quick reminder that I do stream on Twitch on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. The link will be down below in the description if you would like to check it out. If this video does help you out, then make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And if you're new around here, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get on into it. First of all, we are going to be taking a look at Ying's loadout. Ying is a 2 armor and 2 speed operator. Now the reason why I have decided to cover Ying is because you guys have requested it. Over on the community tab page and in my Discord, it has been heavily requested to do Ying. So if you would like to participate in this, then there will be a link to my Discord in the description down below. For Ying's primary weapons, she does offer the T95 LSW, which is a light machine gun, and as well on the other hand we do have the 612, which is a shotgun. The T95 is an absolutely fantastic weapon, especially with it recently getting a damage buff in the recent patch notes. Now first of all, if you haven't already seen, Ying has received a massive buff in these patch notes, which do apply to her loadout as well. With the T95, the damage has been increased from 43 up to 46. And as well, it did have a recent damage buff earlier. And as well, the claymores have been replaced with smoke grenades, which are part of a loadout, and we will be getting on to the gadgets later on in the video. In addition to this, Ying's number of candelas for her ability have been increased from 3 up to 4, which is a massive buff, and we will be diving into Ying's ability later on in the video. Now for Ying's primary weapon, her LMG does deal that 46 damage, which is a pretty heavy hitting gun. And as well, she does have an ammo capacity of 80 in each magazine, which quite frankly is ridiculous. The amount of damage that you can cause with Ying's primary weapon here is quite frankly astonishing. I would definitely recommend you to take this weapon for Ying, her LMG, as the ammo capacity and that damage really do go really well together. And for her other primary weapon, she does offer you that 612 shotgun. Now the shotgun really here is only to really offer an alternative playstyle. I wouldn't say it is a strong and viable weapon to use with Ying. I would definitely say that LMG is going to suit her playstyle a lot better. Like I did mention, that shotgun is really only there to offer that alternative playstyle. I would recommend you to go with Ying's LMG, and you will have a lot of success with it. Now for the secondaries for Ying, she only does offer you that standard handgun, which is the Q929. And it is the only option here for the secondaries, so you are going to be going with that one obviously. Now here we are going to have Ying's gadgets, and for the gadgets, Ying does offer you the breach charge or those 2 smoke grenades. With the change and the buff to Ying, those smoke grenades are going to come in really handy. For me, this one really is a no-brainer. I would highly recommend you to take those smoke grenades, and there are a few very good reasons as to why. Those smoke grenades are going to apply you and your team with a lot of cover for certain areas when you need to push into sight or simply make a push down a different route. And as well, especially combined with Ying's ability, which we'll move on to later on in the video, it is going to make a deadly combo. As well, deploying those smoke grenades to screen your cover for that plant, and remember, you need to be screening with these smoke grenades. You don't simply place the smoke grenade in the midst of where you're going to be planting, as that will be a very clear signal to any enemy to go ahead and throw a C4 on your position. Instead, you need to be screening it, which means to place those smoke grenades in front of the plant to cover your area in front of you. I did mention this tip in one of my videos regarding mistakes that you are making in Rainbow Six Siege, so there will be a card in the top right if you'd like to learn more about that subject. For this one, I would highly recommend you to take those smoke grenades. Now we are going to be moving on to Ying's desired role in Rainbow Six Siege. For playing Ying in Siege, I would say that she is an entry fragger and as well can also delve into that support realm. Ying can definitely be an entry fragger because she can be so aggressive with her ability. She can use it to push players out of their position and gain an advantage over the team. In addition to this, if you do equip that holographic sight, she can definitely play that more aggressive role and get in the enemy's face. However, the reason as to why I would say that she can also play that support role somewhat to an extent is going to be because she can provide some great suppressive fire, and as well with her smoke grenades, she can really support that team heavily. However, for my personal preference, I would go ahead and use Ying as an entry fragger. And if you do not know what that term means, or any of the other terms that I've mentioned regarding support, then there will be a card in the top right taking you to all of the operator roles that you need to know about in Rainbow Six Siege. As an entry fragger in Rainbow Six Siege, you want to be moving the enemy out and flushing them out into different positions so that you can go forth and gain that map control. And ultimately, you're making them give up and lose that map control. And map control is really crucial in the game, and it can decide who's going to win it. Simply by being able to contest one area, you're stopping the other team from moving through and being able to push through onto site. Ying's ability combined with her smoke grenades really do help to push and flush enemies out and gain the map control. Now we are going to be moving on to Ying's ability. Ying's ability are her candelas. She does have 4 of these, and the candelas are essentially just a stun grenade rolled into a ball. Now the way this is going to work is I'm going to run you down on all of the basic sections for Ying's ability and what you need to understand and move on to the more advanced section. Then I'll be giving you and showing you some advanced tips and tricks for Ying. Ying's ability can be thrown on the ground or it can be anchored to a surface. Now on your screen there will be a clip of me doing this, but you will have to charge the candela up to 3 times, and you have to place it onto that soft wall, or a barricade is another example of what you can place it on, and then the charges and the flashes will go through that wall. Now the way Ying's ability does work is if that you cook Ying's ability for 1 charge, you are going to be able to throw it and roll it onto the ground. If you cook it for 2 charges, then you are still going to be able to throw it and it will roll on that ground. However, instead, if you do cook Ying's ability, the candela, for 3 charges and it will be cooked to the full extent, then as soon as that charge is thrown and it hits the ground, it will automatically let the flashes out. Now Ying's candelas are not affected by the way that they are thrown, it is actually about how they hit the ground. Depending on how the candelas hit that ground is going to really make some clever placements. Now Ying can be a very complex operator. It's not as simple as soon as you throw that candela, anyone in that room is going to be flashed, as 9 times out of 10, they're not actually going to be flashed. It's very easy to avoid getting flashed by these candelas. Instead, what the enemy will do is they will either hide in their position and get flashed, or most likely they will rotate away to a different position. And then there is also that off chance that they will hold their ground, knowing that they are not going to be able to get flashed because of the poor positioning of the candela, and then you will have to expect them being ready. Now I would recommend you to roll your candelas most of the time. For most situations it is going to apply for it to be rolled. And remember, to roll it you are going to need to cook the candela for 1 charge and 1 charge only. Now the reason why Ying makes a great entry fragger is because you can use her to gain that map control and gain a better position on the enemy. If you use a candela, the enemy most likely will rotate away out of that room. Therefore you're scaring them off and it allows you to move in with your team. Now I'm going to be giving you a tip for aiming your candelas. You don't want to be aiming them at the general room. Instead you need to be looking for the general holding points and the very common holding points that players will be anchoring down. Aim it for there with your candela so you can hit them right on the spot, which is going to require a bit of map knowledge and some experience under your belt. However, as well, you can also use your drone to gather that intel and then make that candela play from there. Now with Ying's candelas, it can be quite difficult to get it on the angle you need, which is why there are lots of unique and very complicated angles for you to throw your candelas. Now I've been experimenting on the map canal for a little bit of time with Ying's candelas, and quite frankly I found some very interesting angles with Ying. As you can see on your screen, there is one that will be able to flush out the bathroom, rebounding it off the top wall, which is a very common holding point. That bathroom can be quite tricky to deal with, especially when you're pushing down the stairs. Now this is just one example, and there were a few others, so I'm going to be making a video on all of the different Ying candela rebounds that you can get in Siege, so that will be coming to the channel in the near future, so make sure you subscribe for that video. Ying is a very strong operator, and I would highly recommend you start using her now. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you have all enjoyed. If you did, or you found this video useful, then make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more tips and tricks like this. And remember, I do stream on Twitch on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.